You can change your future. Take it into your own hands, Jack.
So what about the past?
Huh?
What should I do about the past? How can I change that?
You want to change the past?
Well, in order to grasp the future, the past must be... It's that guy. I have to beat him no matter what. And make that chair mine.
I don't know. We'll find out. In this 3-hour discussion.
I doubt it'll last that long.
I know. It'll probably last 10 minutes.
It's gonna be a short one. He's broken. The end. For a more serious discussion, he's broken.
The end. Silver. I think all of us pretty much agree that if a character has bannable qualities, you ban the entire character. You don't try to modify behaviors in play, because that makes things more confusing for people. And also it means that people can it'll cause more upsets in matches where people will be like, hey, this happened, immediately DQ. Where it could have been it could not have led to that. Like if you're banning the flip kick as a whole, I don't know.
Banning part of a character is just really, really flawed because it's just going to lead to more people being like, well, we also don't like this loop, for example. Maybe we should ban that too, because look what we did with Raiden, right?
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's a slippery slope fallacy.
Ban Cat's debris. Because Cat is more, broken.
Cat has her own issues. Overall,
a lot of issues. And then to go on top of her issues, which make it not even worth debating, is that she is, in fact, pretty glitchy and shit. I mean, even if
Blizzard, you don't need to watch this. I mean, you can just stay with watching with Cosmo.
Yeah, fuck.
Shit. In all honesty,
If you have nothing positive to say, don't fucking say it and go somewhere else.
Very much.
Oh, holy shit. Anyway. Yeah. I mean, Kat has her own issues, which was pretty safe that she was banned from the get-go.
Crash, you never promised to join this podcast thing. You asked me what time you were going to play at, and I told you. Anyways,
Iggy.
yeah. Is he really still
Get
back
your
yet?
ass in here, Iggy.
Alright, sorry Crash. Catch you later.
And tell my friend.
He says call.
Who?
Iggy.
Oh, he's back now? Alright, cool. Besides, by the way, guys, you can just right-click his name and click invite to call. I don't know if you got... Maybe only the person who started the call can do that, but either way.
I did that last time, but he didn't, he didn't even pick up, so...
Yeah, so... Yeah.
Yeah. Haha.
Yeah.
Haha.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah.
Alright, well, Iggy, you're the one who wanted to start this, so I guess, what are your feelings?
I'll just start off by saying I don't think this is talking about the whole flippity doodah up to level 1 kill confirm.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing some matches with blue balls, and then the one match I went right, and he sent me a message saying that's BS and it should be banned. And then I know Lizard Heart and some other people at the whatever that forum site's called, place like All Star Arena or whatever, want it banned.
Okay.
But I don't feel I'm trying to remember his exact words of why he reasoned that it should be banned. But I I gave the
saw
example of like
PSN?
think like the Morrigan Doom team in Marvel. Chris G was curb stomping everybody for like the first half of a year when he first found that team. They didn't ban the team because it was hard to beat. The community learned how to get around it, and they developed counter strategies. And the top players that figured out how to play against it. I mean, he's still not dominant with that strategy because it's a good strategy, but people are finding ways to beat him though. And so if we just right off the bat, oh, this is gay, I lose to this strategy, I'm just gonna, ban it without giving it a chance to learn counter strategies and how to fight it.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. That's totally logical and legitimate way to approach it.
Sounds
feel
like Lester.
I feel like as a community, because the patch is still technically pretty new, and I don't feel like there has been like a lot of growth that much. I think the mechanical understanding of the game is still quite low. So things like that.
And also another thing, because that's one of my more knowledgeable matchups as far as Fat Princess. My training partner for a long time was Bam, who's been a Raiden main since like day one.
Uh-huh.
And I totally forgot where I was going to go with that. I had it in my mind, and it's like, okay, wait, let me think.
I mean,
okay, I don't know if this is where I was going, but another thing is, it just seems that people don't want to learn the matchups. I don't know who, I think it was Visionary. He said he asked a certain Raiden main, I don't remember who it was, how many people asked him, say, hey, can you play me, I want to learn the matchup. He said, no one has asked me to learn the matchup, to play against me.
I think that might have been Ragnar or...
For me, it might have been. For me, like, if I'm losing to a certain character on like a regular basis, I have a problem with the matchup, I'm going to ask whoever I think's the best or one of the best with that character to play me, like do some sets, because I want to learn, what works against the matchup. I want to better understand it, and I just don't like people wanting to, like, they're being lazy and they don't want to learn, they don't want to progress.
Yeah, actually,
I think that's the reason.
It was Ragnar, by the way. Something that I found really interesting is, when I first met Ragnar on the PSNs, right? There was a time when I was like being up really early in the morning, and he was there too. So he kept inviting me to do matches with him, and every time he beat me, I just wanted to keep playing him more and more. I was just like, no, let's keep going. No, let's keep going. And he was doing me the service of just like continually playing, and like if he wanted to change characters, if I told him to go Raiden, he would still do so. And like that was maybe about a month ago. So, like, I don't really feel that I know a lot about the Raiden matchup, but I definitely feel that when I was playing versus Raiden, I definitely felt that I had room to improve in the approach of that matchup. I may not be 100% sure on what I need to do against that, but that's just my opinion about the matchup. Like, I don't think it's going to be something that's quote-unquote unwinnable.
Yeah. And then another point that was brought up in my messages, what I wanted to do on my stream, and I was going to show everyone like my kind of miniature conversation I had going on with Blue Balls.
Uh-huh.
But something he brought up was like I was telling him a few of us had talked about it, we don't want it banned, and he was saying, well, of course, you're probably talking with other people that have used top tiers and don't have a problem in the matchup. And I was telling him, Ryan's my hardest matchup as a Fat Princess main. Like, if I could easily just say, yeah, let's just ban it. That's my hardest matchup down the drain. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Mm-hmm. So just thinking, oh, well, you just use a top tier character, so that's why you're on the side of not banning it. That's not why. I have reasons why it should not be banned. At this moment, at least.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely have that same mentality. I don't think Ryan's the hardest matchup for Sly, but like in Smash, I main Kirby, and in an MK ban world, everyone was saying that everyone's gonna start picking up Ice Climbers and Olimar, and as a Kirby, both of those matchups are really bad.
Oh, whatever, never mind.
So like,
yeah.
With Meta Knight banned, everyone was saying that Olimar and Ice Climbers are going to get picked up and like get increased over centralization with those two characters. And as a Kirby main, where those are like legitimately my two hardest matchups in the game, I'm still like, no. Meta Knight's bad for the meta game and should be banned. You know, I am fine with getting these harder matchups. So like I understand. So like I'm not against like getting rid of. I don't want to like harder matchups for my personal gain is not why I would ban or legalize a character. Like I don't want to have the legality based on my own selfish reasoning because of a character that I just so happen to play. That's just ridiculous. You know, Tabuzz said that he's going to start playing Raiden in Tourney to try and prove how broken he is. And
see, another thing, I'm not saying like he is, like I said, like you'll see my tier list or the group tier list. I have him placed in his own tier below Cat. He is good, borderline broken.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, how far can you go where you like decide if something should be banned? As far as just like a move, a setup that should be banned.
Well,
that just seems kind of ridiculous to me.
I think something that we need to like further go into is matchup ratios regarding that character and the characters that do well against him. For example, like Sackboy apparently has the advantage on Raiden, which is already really interesting because like MK, there are no counter picks at all, you know. But for Raiden, we have already at least one, and even BC saying that Parappa is actually really tough for him, you know. So, discussing on how the matchups go throughout the cast can really change how it should be viewed, whether he should be banned or legal. Because the fact that Sackboy does well, but doesn't do super well against the other top tiers, means that we have some counter picks that can happen. And when counter picks happen, as long as they're not like 100-0 matchups, you know, it creates a metagame that advances where it's just like, oh, I can't win with just playing this one character. I still need to work at bad matchups. I can either choose to stay my character and work the negative matchup, or I can pick up another character that has its own strengths and weaknesses to combat this other matchup. And then
that's kind of another thing that I brought up when I was talking with Blue Balls, was I was saying, you know, it's cool, you know, being devoted to a lower tiered character, mid tier, whatever. But, you know, having that viewpoint of, oh, my character has a hard time with it, you can't expect us to give you a handicap for using a bad character, you know?
Yeah, you know, with all this,
and that's how all fighters are.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, pick a better character. It's simple as that.
Exactly. But see, there's a problem, like, when it comes... We don't need a character that can't get counterpicked because that leads to over-centralization, and that's exactly what happened in the Brawl community, where, like, literally there was just a split in the community of anti-ban and pro-ban, and there are people like me who will not go to MK legal tournaments. But I'm not really sure if Raiden is on that level, per se.
And see, again, for me, I think it just needs more time.
Exactly.
Also, and then something else I want to bring up, I don't see enough people, like...
trying to learn
stages are a great way of counterpicking a character. I was playing against, I don't know if it was BC, some Raiden. I took him to San Fran. That completely messes up his up to level 1. You camp the left side of the stage, and that platform, as long as you're not holding down, will block it every time.
See, that's another fantastic
People
point.
they don't experiment with stages, it seems. They just need a... And it's something else, like with the Fight Club. Like, I know Practice Medium 1, it's just kind of... People think it's like a good neutral stage. I don't think so, personally. I think expanding it, try to encourage people to pick various stages when they're in Fight Club, and just get people to try different stages. Because when you go to Practice Medium 1 every time, there's certain characters, Cole, Parappa, some other characters that are a crazy advantage on that stage.
Yeah.
Like, they can do wall bound stuff, they just, you know, the stage is perfect for them.
Oh, yeah,
if you try out stages like Metro, Columbia, which Columbia I think is more leaning toward the counterpick stage for me. Or Hades, I don't know, Hades, San Fran, those stages.
Yeah. No,
in general, I feel are pretty
agree.
good.
I definitely think that the community needs to get used to actually taking advantage of a stage system. With that said, I don't feel that our quote-unquote competitive scene has established a set amount of stages that are known as neutral and counter picks. You know, we need
that's something that needs to be gone over.
Something that we need stages that is accepted universally, that where there are stages legal, and everyone knows what are the banned stages, what are the legal stages, and then everyone knows how a strike system works, where there are like about 5 neutral stages for game 1, and then X amount of counterpick stages that you can be used upon losing, you know? So we need to establish what stages are legal, so then everyone knows their options. Because definitely, what you said, Raiden definitely doesn't like excel on every single stage. You know, he can definitely be counterpicked on stages. San Fran being one of them. I don't know other stages. Like even
me personally, as just for Fat Princess specifically, from now on, like the stages I've come, because I play the Raiden matchup fairly like regularly. I've gone to like Hades and San Fran are my go-to stages as far as just more neutral stages. I haven't really experimented a lot with some of the more counterpick-ish type stages that you wouldn't have as neutral. But just as like the standard stages that are normal, like tourney legal, those 2 stages for me personally.
Yeah, I mean what we need is we need stages that still act neutral, so they can be used for game 1. But we also need them to like. We need to know what stages are neutral that literally really even out the field for all the characters, so they legitimately are neutral, you know? So on a flat stage where Raiden does super well in like PM1, you know, but not so much on San Fran, we need to like establish what stages can do that. So then we have a certain amount of stages where if someone strikes a stage, that makes it a lot more even for the other player, you know? Like, if PM1 is a neutral, right? And I have to play against a Raiden, and I know the Raiden does good on just flat, platformless stages, I'm gonna strike that. I'm gonna strike that
strike
stage.
it, there you
go. You know?
Okay,
Alright.
Okay, there, finally. Okay, so
Alright.
So the chat's been like making mentions about the Raiden's matchup, and I followed one of the things between Joey and BC that they collaborated on, along with other people, such as with Impact, Smash, Taters, and Ragna and all that for input. And the matchups that they have listed so far for Raiden go Cat 4-6, Kratos 5.5 to 4.5, Parappa 6-4.
The majority of his matches are in his favor. Yeah, that's just what you expect from a top tier character. Just
going down the list for reference sake.
Now, okay.
Done. So like, all right. Fatty P 6-4. This one has it says this one's somewhat problematic as it feels worse, but eventually Ragnar agreed, and his experience is based on playing against Iggy's Fat Princess.
Okay,
Sweet Tooth.
Now, for me, let me make a note on the Fat Princess matchup. Personally, because I haven't been watching too many other Fat Princess play, but being able to kill confirm off of Fireball or like anti-air Fireball level 1 is pretty big in that matchup. And so if the Fat Princess isn't familiar with landing those type of kills, that extremely limits what she can do, and I think it's a 7-3 in that case.
Actually, I have something to say about Parappa, because recently me and Patch discovered a way to beat his counter, and you can do it. You can if you do air down square into his counter, he basically whips the whole thing, but he still goes to the animation. So you can just use his super and kill him. So I feel like the matchup is like 5-5 now.
Okay. That's alright.
Okay. I'm going to keep scrolling down this list. There's a bit, and there's also a bit that Lizard just posted. I'll get to that after all of this. Sweet Tooth, 6-4. Raiden's air confirms gave Sweet Tooth a difficult time. Originally a 7-3, but argued in favor of 6-4 due to experience with Bam Sama. Bam Sweet Tooth was able to go even with Legend of Ragnar's Raiden, making the matchup seem close. Changed to 6-4 when Bomb Rider agreed with that number. Radic, 8-2. That can't be argued. Sly, 6.5 to 3.5. Another difficult one to figure out. On one hand, Sly seems to be to lose pretty hard for the most part, but on the other hand, Heroic was able to get past Ragna's Raiden.
Yeah, I definitely think that in the Sly Raiden matchup, I'm not going to claim to know much about this matchup, but I'm going to say that I definitely feel that Sly definitely is able to put in work where he can definitely take a win. It's definitely not impossible. I've never felt helpless in the matchup. It's kind of a slow matchup. You have to stay near the mine and stuff. I'm not going to go into the full detail of the matchup and stuff, but yeah, I can see 75-35 being a relatively okay matchup ratio. I can foresee in the future, however, maybe I'm being optimistic, maybe I'm being stupid, but I can definitely see Sly doing better in the matchup. I do hope to play BC and Ragna more in the future, so I get more familiar with it and I can speak with more ground. But yeah, that matchup is interesting.
Also, for me, for Lizardheart's post, I wasn't saying no one else is trying to learn the matchup. I know there's others. I'm just saying in general, it seems that the majority of the players that are complaining about this are haven't put any effort into learning the matchup. Not there's one or two of you out there, kudos to you guys. I'm just talking in the general.
Yeah, I definitely feel like there's a consensus in the community where they just want to get rid of the character, and I feel that there aren't enough people who actually legitimately know what they're saying.
Yeah.
Matchup wise.
I hear other people and they just kind of go with the flow.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep going down this. Drake 7-3. This one doesn't have a comment, but we don't really have any Drake people left. So
we need to get RDK Sensei to be more prevalent in the community.
That would be nice.
That would be
I think
nice.
he just plays for fun now.
I know, but who knows? Maybe we can be more welcoming to him. We have We Too Fast, who actually I think isn't bad, so maybe he'll be able to figure some stuff out. According to Bab, what he just said in the chat, RDK bodies Raidens. Now, I'm not really sure what I can say from that because
which character?
RDK is Drake.
Drake? Okay, let me hear it.
And so
if you have an explanation.
No, I don't have an explanation. I don't know what I can say about Bab saying that RDK bodies Raidens because like you guys just said, he just pretty much plays for fun. So if he's only playing on quick match and stuff, I mean, I body fucking everyone online. That's not really much to talk about,
Beating a cat in quick match teams doesn't mean squat, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
It's me beating up cats in quick match doesn't mean I know the matchup. It's fuck. It's
you also need a. Well, never mind.
Okay.
No.
Well, can I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Go
so for Good Cole, this one's written as 5.5 to 4.5, which would be his first, well, I guess his second bad matchup after Cat. Tough time deciding. We all decided Good Cole could win, but we took the opinions of Good Cole mains into consideration and gave a slight advantage to Raiden. So I don't know if they I don't know.
I talked with Viz. I don't know anything about the matchup, but Viz really believes it's fairly even.
I mean,
okay, so
I wish Viz was on mic.
So it's 55-45.
Yeah.
Viz thinks it's 4-5-5. I mean, no matter which way we see it, 5-5 and 55-45 is still a pretty even matchup. A slight advantage isn't really much of an advantage at all. It just means it's slightly leaning in one's favor. When we get to 55-45 isn't exactly a counter pick in my opinion. It's more of just trying to even the playing field. When you get to 6-4 and then into 7-3, that's when you get into heavier actual legitimate counter picks. If you're going Good Cole, right, and let's say it's 55-45 or 5-5, right? I lost game 1, and game 2 I decided to go Good Cole. I'm not really counter-picking Raiden. I'm merely... I think that I can outplay the Raiden on an even playing field, and with this character having the matchup being more even, I can pull out the win. I'm not exactly counter-picking, per se, if you get what I mean.
Viz adds in the bonus that Raiden can't afford to short hop against Cole.
Okay.
So I mean, like I said, I wish he was on mic so he can go into more detail, but Like I said, I'm trying to snipe out bits from chat and trying to balance out between this webpage.
Biz, get in this call, you sexy Jamaican bastard.
Okay, so for Evil Cole, I don't. Again, this one is blank, so I don't know if they actually talked to the Buzz or not. But 7-3 in Raiden's favor.
Wow.
For Evil Cole.
Wow.
That's
say that
a pretty
again?
big change.
That's a pretty big difference.
Yeah, for Evil Cole, Raiden's advantage against Evil Cole is 7-3.
Okay.
I mean,
I
I
can
can kind
see
of see
that.
that.
I beat the Buzz's Evil Cole with my like day 1 Raiden. I can definitely see that. Like it's pretty. I don't see what Raiden can or what Evil Cole can do against Raiden.
Okay, well, like, what is it specifically that makes it so different versus Good Cole
It's
and
just-
Evil Cole? Like, I know they're different characters. Don't get me wrong,
It's
but
the
they have
properties of those moves.
they have like pretty similar approaches as far as I can see.
It's probably the
I-
kill confirms he has.
Yeah, I think just the way what Good Cole can get from a tether since Raiden's so jumpy. Evil Cole, it's only at the hard knockdown, really.
I see.
And then he can counter the Oki.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's definitely pretty valid.
Whereas
right there.
Good Cole has the tether into AP burst and kill confirms. I mean, I don't use the character, so that's just my guessing.
Yeah. Just
That
a little
makes sense to me.
side note that I just want to point out. As we do tournaments from now on, I'm going to do my best to try and keep track of the tournament placings and the characters that get the highest placing in those things. So, like, right now the only record one I have is A's Kids Pizzaburg tournament, but basically what I want to do is, at the more tournaments we get, which is why we should try and get as many as possible, so we can try and get to see, like, a trend in how character diversity like makes Raiden or just the other characters jump up and down. You know, this way we can probably assess a better tier list in general and really just go through matchups in general. I also want to point out that as Dom was reading those matchups, well, the ones with like no comment and stuff, it just like shows that a lot of these are just like guesses from like general impressions of the matchup, and we don't really have a focus of like good enough players representing all of the characters to try and really get a better idea of what the matchup really is, you know?
Okay. So
Yeah, I would really like to be able to get like a good solid group together that we can just test more things out, get more. I mean, that's what we were kind of trying to do over at Aya's place. We had a group of us together, but it kind
Oh yeah.
of fell apart. But I'd still like to do that though.
Oh yeah, no, we can definitely still do that.
Okay, Viz is going into a little bit more detail about Good Cole, but while he's typing it out, I'll just keep going down the list. And actually, Lizard, if you can tell me if you agree with this one or not. 7-3 against Ratchet.
Raiden's favor, I'm assuming.
Yes, of course, Raiden's favor.
Okay.
Do you agree? Is it 7-3, 8-2, or worse? And can you give like a little bit of reasons why? Like, I know the reasons why, but like, well, yeah, I know the reasons why. I saw it. I remember watching your training session you had against Ragna on the Takey stream. But just for the sake of double clarification, are you even still in this chat? Yes,
I
you
think
are.
he left. Oh,
No,
No, no,
he's
no.
there.
I'm here. I've been talking, boy.
No, not you.
Lizard.
Lizard Heart.
Oh, is
No,
Lizard in it?
Lizard.
Yeah,
Oh, in
Lizard's
the
here.
chat. Yeah.
I'll give him like a minute to
Prepare
type
speech.
it out. Well,
Quit.
while he's still typing that, Emmett's 6.5 to 3.5. I don't really know how the 3.5
I
got
have
there.
never seen that matchup.
65-35?
65 advantage to Raiden to 3.5 disadvantage Raiden. This number was suggested by Bomb Rider, and it is in line with my experience with our matches.
I can kind of see that because you can just beat out the turret. Once you beat the turret, he's pretty easy.
No, but that's the thing. That's the advantage part. But what would put Raiden at a 3.5 disadvantage? The
Wait,
best I can
what?
think of is loadout glitch.
Wait.
Probably.
Wait, Emmett wins 65-35?
Oh,
Huh?
and I thought it was Raiden wins.
No, that's the thing. It ranges from 6.5 advantage to Raiden, and then minus sign 3.5 to
Oh,
disadvantage
so you're
Raiden.
saying there's a bit of a split on that matchup, and that some say it's 65-35 Raiden advantage, and some say it's 65-35 Emmett's advantage?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
I agree with
interesting.
this.
That's actually really interesting because, I mean, I don't know. We don't really have many Emmets at all. We have, what, Jamie all over and some
I know
others.
that Cal DW was messing with him for a while, but
I mean, that would be really cool because Emmett isn't exactly, or at least from what I can see, he isn't exactly like a great character. He's not. I don't think he's a bad character by any means.
He can also fight Cat fairly well. I did some sets with Cal DW with Cat versus Emmett.
Okay.
And just camping grenades. But yeah, anyway, that's off topic.
This is talking about Good Cole right now.
Hold on. Chat. I am reading the chat, okay? I'm trying to go in order. I'm going down the Raiden matchups list first, then Lizard's post, and then... Okay, so please
Fine,
chill.
I'll help read some of the stuff.
No, let me finish the matchup thread,
Can you link me to this, by the way?
Yeah, and Lizard's thing, and Smash, you can handle everything else from there. I'll also read out Viz's thing. Okay, so for Good Cole, the reason why it's at the matchup it is, his raw level 1 is fast enough to punish bad air dodges, bad rolls, and can armor through something. He checked the other day, and Good Cole's level 1 does in fact have some sort of armor. The active frames on the hitbox negates hit stuns and such if the attack hits after the frames have started. Raiden can't afford to short hop as freely as he does around other characters because he can get punished more heavily. Ice Rocket trades with any of Raiden's moves, and Good Cole can confirm from several things.
Okay.
So, yeah. So that's about... And Viz is writing a little bit more, so I'll get to that after a couple more of these.
Alright, so that's
according
good.
According to Ace Kid, it's Raiden beats Emmett 6.5 to 3.5.
Right, I just said that.
Yeah, but then you said it was kind of the other way around. That it was,
No. Look in the thread and scroll down to Emmett. You'll see it goes from 6.5 and then it minus sign 3.5.
No. I think you just misread that. Yeah. Yeah, dude, you just misread that. The minus is just saying, it's just separating them. It's just the ratio.
Yeah,
all of them have two numbers. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Getting our hopes up.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Okay, so...
Yeah, it's
the
a
next
65-35 matchup.
Jack.
No, Smash, let me finish this. I want you, if you could handle the ones in the chat, the ones that they add, because I gotta look at the webpage. That'd be great, though.
Alright, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so for Jack, it's written as 7-3, and I don't know if they talk to LES and Silver. If I can get some sort... If you could give Smash some sort of confirmation about that, that'd be nice. But I can see that since I played Jack for a decent while, and Jack's meter gain is really pitiful now. And since he has to spend most of his time... Wait, 7-2? That doesn't make sense. Where's the 1? Where's the 1 come from? That's 9.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Who said 7-2?
LES.
He meant 7-3.
Okay.
Okay. Lizard. I know the reasons why it's 8-2, or not 8-2, but on the matchup list, it's listed as Raiden Ratchet is 7-3 to Raiden's favor. Could you make a post as to or a Twitch block as to why it is and what specifically? Because in the little summary thing, it's not even, there's no reasons. So,
Liz, if you want, you can message me on Skype and I'll put it in the group.
Yeah, or something like that. That'll do. Okay, so yeah, so Jack is Jack. For Big Daddy, it's 6'4", and I really want to say it's 6.5 Raiden's favor.
65-35.
65-35. Big Daddy's only hope is to puddle camp. Ice Puddle really does. Tornado. If Raiden does get a dive kick on Big Daddy as he threw a tornado out, the tornado is laggy enough that Raiden can't follow up with anything, and he'll just get popped right back in the air.
Okay,
so
well, Dom, let me ask you this: how do you feel about counterpick stages with Big Daddy? Are there any stages that you feel that make it better for the matchup, or
stages with fake walls work to Big Daddy's favor since with Big Daddy can actually afford to short hop a little bit more since jump side square, the side punch that makes him go spinning. That goes spinning. It actually has a decent amount of armor, but it's not worth doing it against fake walls since well, unless you get really lucky with the spacing, it doesn't really worth much, and it's just too much risk. As opposed to if you land on a fake wall, you can lead to a kill or a burst. But any stage with a platform will easily screw over Big Daddy. So Big Daddy's easily counterpickable if Raiden gets to counterpick a stage for whatever reason.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So after that, we have Dante 7-3. I don't know this, so no. Again, this one has no comment. CJ, you there?
Yep.
Okay. Hayachi 7-3. Another tough call. It all came down to Raiden's ability to avoid Kuma. Do you agree that's what gives him the super disadvantage or not?
That's
No,
one reason why
counterattack.
it does.
Counterattack is the biggest reason in my opinion. Outside of that, it's pretty easy for Heihachi to stay on the ground and avoiding all of his attacks, but counterattacking so you can't play super offensively.
Not only that, like when Raiden does his side circle in the air, if Heihachi does his down square, it has super armor, so it kind of beats that.
Yeah.
So you can beat him out of that.
Okay.
But the biggest problem is EWGF is not safe by any means because it's easy to grab it, and a counterattack will lead to a kill. The only thing Heihachi has that really deals with the counterattack is his up kick, which puts him in the air.
And possibly the bowling pin, but that's not that useful.
Yeah. But the problem with the bowling pin is if he does an attack where he can punish it because there's landing leg, it's a slow attack in the air, and when you fall, he can punish it.
Yeah, that's true.
And again, one hit and you're dead pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it really boils down to Raiden's ability to counterattack you.
But you agree with 7-3, right?
Yes.
Okay. Nariko 6.5 advantage Raiden. I assume they just talked to Blue about this one. And to be honest, I don't know dick about Nariko, so yeah.
Apparently, Light Eco Sage said the matchup is 8-2 with Jack.
8-2. Can you ask him to go into a little bit like more specifics, or is it just like the lack of meter build, Jack's necessary shitty ground game, and the fact that he needs to be in the air, which Raiden can easily pluck him out of?
I'm asking him now.
Okay. Moving on, Sackboy, 3.5 to 6.5. 09 said the matchup was 3-7. Other Sack mains have said 2-8. I've always felt it was closer to 4-6, and Bomb Rider agreed with this number. The matchups here are a collaboration, though, so I took what 09 said in consideration and bumped up the number to 6.5 in favor of Sack instead of 6. I talked to Crash and Ramen about this matchup, actually. Crash says it's 7-3 Sackboy's favor, and Ramen agreed. And, well, Ginta here says that... Or not Ginta. 09 says it's also 7-3 according to this write-up, so I'm going to assume it's 7... It's 3-7 for Raiden.
Okay.
Since, well, we all know how what platforms did. Holy hell.
Okay, oh, go ahead, just finish your thought.
No, that was pretty much it. You go.
Oh, it's about Light Eco Sage. Basically, it's Jack's recovery, supers, range, the AP gain, combo ability, the hard knockdown, and kill confirms.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's the whole shebang, basically, that makes the matchup really bad for Jack.
Yeah, I can imagine. He gets knocked down, and then he's got to play the ultimate guessing game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dan, 8-2.
Poor Dan.
Yep, there you go.
Oh my god. Well, no one plays Dan.
Wait, what? Okay, this one gets iffy. Spike, 6-4. Impact says actually wanted this to be a 5-5, which I scoff at.
I definitely don't agree.
Yeah.
No.
When Spike plays, the comment continues on. When Spike plays lane, Raiden has a tougher go. Well, yes, it would be tougher for if he played lane, but there's no way that Spike could stay on even terms with Raiden like that.
I don't see that happening. Just simply because of how much meter Spike has to build, as a whole. Because, we can already throw out the window, Spike isn't landing level 1. Can we just agree to that? That's not happening.
I can.
Level 2, I can see happening every now and then, but I honestly think while he's trying to get to that level 2 setup, he's going to end up with level 3, and he's going to have to start all over again. Which gives Raiden ample time to just like do his stuff because he just has a lot better kills. I guess I can't really say much about the matchup in general. I mean, if Spike can play gay enough, where he can really, instead of not really landing kills, but prevent Raiden from actually building AP to like such an extreme. I mean, I guess. I mean,
Senor Overstrom says Banana confirmed into level 1 in the same fashion how Sackboy can. Does that have any viability? Do you think, Iggy?
No, against a dumb Raiden, yeah, but any Raiden that halfway knows like.
Well, we're not talking about like if Raiden is smart. We're just talking about the like a pure matchup and stuff, you know. So in general, like we're talking about best case scenario. So we don't really need.
It's a gimmick. It might get you one kill, but they're not gonna fall for it again.
Okay.
But one kill is one kill.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
that
that's
definitely
one
makes
kill
it
for that matchup.
easier.
And that's it. Like I'm not like you're gonna get that ever again.
Yeah, exactly. The one kill is not gonna get
like,
you
for the rest of your matchup. So you do that to one person for once, and they'll never fall for that trap again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's a gimmick. You can't really take gimmicks into consideration at high level if you're going like for high level play.
Definitely. Toro, 8-2.
Iggy, you can detail this one a little bit, please.
Yeah, there's not much Toro can do. Toro's forced to go for level 3. Raiden's going to be building meter faster, and he's just going to snipe you out of the air with up 2 and kill. And it's not that hard to juggle Toro. Like, at first I thought, okay, well, I can try to go Toro, and it'd be harder for him to land a kill. Nope. Changed nothing. I don't know specifics, as I haven't done that matchup, just because I just know it's terrible. But 8-2, 7-3, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Like, literally, like, your only hope in that matchup is to try to play a long-range game with Ninja Stars and then snipe grapple. And then once he's, like, in range to hit you, switch to your Justice stance and then try to just neutral to punish him into an AP burst. Like, that's literally the only thing Toro has for him in that matchup.
Okay, so, moving on, Zeus, 7-3. I played Liquid with my rusty Raiden. If that game was any indication, Raiden rolls over Zeus. I don't know if that's exactly the best example.
That's not something that we really want to reference, you know. If that is really the only indicator we have, that's gonna fall mostly on deaf ears, just because like that really doesn't show much advancement from either side, you know.
I mean, unless it's Cool Hand Luke, then I wouldn't
or
agree.
Viz or
exactly.
or
Vin.
Yeah, but he doesn't play anymore, so I mean
that's true, but I mean it'd still be worth asking for his opinion. So I don't know. I kind of wish they did ask, at least attempt to ask him.
Yeah, rest in peace.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Taters, we talked about the Sweet Tooth matchup. It was it was 6-4. Taters, if you can like list your reasons if you agree or not with that, that'd be great.
That's actually a pretty good matchup, honestly. If it's 6-4, because I find 6-4 to be a very, very winnable matchup.
CJ, please.
I could understand being winnable on. You're talking about Sweet Tooth, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, okay.
So I mean, Raiden has ways to get around the mine, but it's still a useful tool in the matchup.
So yeah, Smash, you can read that as soon as I finish with this and Lizard's thing. Because last up is Isaac, 5-5. Lame Isaac does well, but Raiden's got them kicks and counters. I wish it didn't say dem kicks, but whatever.
Okay,
them
that's
kicks.
not really specific.
Got those Nikes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not really super specific, so I guess we'll just go from there. If it's even, if people accept that it's even, cool, awesome. If not, I mean, I still feel like the metagame for this game in general is still vastly underdeveloped, and right now, everyone is just doing very linear approaches and stuff. I mean, I find myself doing that every now and then too, because like, whenever I'm playing a lot of people, I don't have to really think. And I know when I play better players, I have to think a little bit more, but I would say for like the vast majority, I think there's just a lot of room for improvement by like the community as a whole, you know?
Okay. Okay, so that's the Raiden matchup. Smash will follow that up in a bit. Okay, so this is what Lizard sent before he went back to Cosmo.
Okay.
I'm just gonna read what he said. I spent 3 weeks studying the character and every aspect about him. He's talking about Raiden. I did it on Vince's stream. I did it on PSA All-Star forums. I did it on Reddit. I studied every morsel of the character, looking for any loopholes, vulnerabilities, etc. I used to think camping walls would save you because wall bounce messes up the timing on a super, but it doesn't. That actually does have some viability since it does and it doesn't. I saw him play that out on Takey's stream. What was it, like a month or two ago?
Yeah.
What ended up happening was it looked like mine had the pseudo mine that he made on the fly actually had some viability, but at the same, but then he immediately discarded it after I believe Ragna found a way around it. But
it was Bam. Bam was playing him and he was grabbing him through the mine.
Right.
You mean Bam of the People, right? Or something?
Yeah, Bam Sama. Tony.
Yeah. Okay, wait, did this list even go through Parappa?
It did. It was the third one, 6-4.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Smash and Crash, Ragna, and Beast Snake.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't told me to agree with that, so I just did.
So I don't know. I mean, the pseudo mine thing seems to hold some water though, because you'll notice that the characters, at least not that disadvantaged matchups, are all ones with mines. Isaac, Sweet Tooth, Big Daddy, Sackboy, Sly.
Yeah, definitely.
Except for Evil Cole, but
no, Evil Cole doesn't count, and
yeah, because the same as Big Daddy.
It's temporary.
It doesn't last.
It's overall sucks in general.
Okay. If they stayed out, it'd be a completely different story. But
wait, hold. Smash, can you handle Freaklancer's big post thingy?
Sure. He's talking about the matchup with Naruto.
I can read it to you guys if you want.
I'm trying to. We really should try to stop over centralizing voices because, for the first 10 minutes, it was literally just you and Iggy talking back.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Here, I'll read this. Naruto's area attacks basically go right through Raiden's counter, but because she's staying in the air a lot, Raiden's anti-air, up square, air up triangle, and air squares are more effective against her. She can avoid and punish his down throw easily, but Raiden's air-to-air confirms hurt Naruto a lot. This is why it's 6-5 to 3-5, not Raiden.
Alright.
Okay, No, you finish your thoughts, Smash, sorry.
I mean, I personally think that's true, because, that one where, she flips with her, chains, I've noticed that goes through Ryan's counter a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty effective tool. But she's gotta get the level 3, and that takes a while. And even then, you're not guaranteed the 3 kills.
Okay, so something that I think. Alright, so this is a worry that I have.
Wait, sorry.
Right,
I forgot to. This is the finale of Viz's super block of Good Cole. Okay. So he continues, but if we go by the LSS system, there are several stages that Good Cole could go to and outrun Raiden. Cole is the only character that can keep up with Raiden from a mobility standpoint. Neutral triangle nets 5 AP a bolt, which outranges Raiden's dash. The only map that the matchup is 55-45 to Raiden is a completely neutral map, such as PM1. Any map other than that, it changes to 6-4 in Cole's favor. The difference versus Evil Cole is that once the gap has been closed, Evil Cole can only attempt to retreat. Evil Cole has no safe moves that cause immediate hit stun, and due to this, he is free in the air. Cole, similarly to Raiden, can confirm above the ground. And Cole is just as combo heavy, if not more so, than Raiden. He can't afford to be as aggressive since he can be punished above the ground and confirm with a burst. So, I mean, like that for example. I like how Viz went into super detail about why Good Cole stands a chance against Raiden.
Yeah. What we need is
okay, so now
where all these we need a matchup thread. That's what we need. Okay, let me show you what we have on Smashboards. Because I honestly think this is like...
Yeah, I love them. I tried to recreate that a while ago.
Guys,
back
let's Smash finish this thought before we lose that, because
this
I
is the
almost forgot
Potato
to-
Man. I'm just gonna read Potato Man's thing.
Okay.
Okay, I'll read it. It's pretty long. I think 6-4 is a decent number for Raiden versus Sweet Tooth. I could see maybe 6.5 to 3.5, but definitely no higher or lower. I played this matchup to death lately, and overall, I just find Raiden's killing power, especially in air-to-air scenarios, to just be a bit overwhelming for Sweet Tooth. In the matchup, Sweet Tooth can control his space fairly well if he gets a landmine out, and he has a pretty good amount of ways to punish Raiden with a level 1. Although a lot of things, I need to get a raw punish are downright suicidal. The biggest reason I think the matchup is Raiden's is the air squares. This attack pretty much outranges all Sweet Tooth's attacks and actually can't be punished low to the ground with a level 1 because they will catch you and confirm you. The only solution I found to it is to forward roll and punish the air squares with a level 1 from behind. And of course, forward rolling into Raiden is its own level of suicidal. High and poorly used flip kicks can be punished raw, but he can just start everything with air squares. While Sweet Tooth's Mine is his best tool for the matchup, it can actually be bypassed with Raiden fairly easily. First of all, Raiden can confirm you from double jump height, trying to place a landmine while destroying the mine with a flip kick in the process. His air squares also do occasionally. The biggest thing that gets me about Raiden's whole flip kick routine is that once you get caught, Raiden only moves back and forth and covers 3 to 4 blocks of horizontal space, so he isn't at a huge risk of hitting the landmine when he gets you. Raiden can pull Sweet Tooth out of the air or off the ground into a confirm from behind his landmine with flippy kick, which is about 3 to 4 blocks of reach. Part of the reason for this might be because of Sweet Tooth's huge and super free hitbox. Other things Sweet Tooth has to look for is a mine counter, free touch of death if he gets a hit, or Raiden just grabbing him and armoring through the mine, also a near touch of death hit. I don't find these to be as much of a threat as air squares and flip kicks, but they're still a thing Sweet Tooth has to keep an eye out for.
Okay.
Between the grab and the short hop air squares, Raiden can just get you in a lot of 50-50 scenarios, where either way a wrong guess gets you caught into a high AP into level 1 kill confirm, whereas Sweet Tooth doesn't have a similar reward in most scenarios. And that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
I don't play Sweet Tooth. I really can't really say.
But I mean, what was said about it though holds true for a lot of characters, where the 50-50 scenario is going to lead to kill or AP burst, which would then next time lead to another kill.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, okay, so 6.5 Raiden is. I want to go. I want to let you go back to your Smash Bros. Thing. What you were going to say about that, but. Okay, so what do you guys think about 6.5 matchups? Is that an actual bannable worthy character, or
no?
No, that'd be like 9-1.
No. Smash, you're over. I think you're overreacting to that. Honestly, think. Okay, so my impression. All right, this is how I feel. What earns a ban for a character? All right, and this is like. The conclusion I have with Meta Knight in Smash, alright? The thing about Meta Knight is that he doesn't have any counter-pick matchups, alright? So, as you can see, it says that Raiden goes even with Isaac and gets counter-picked by Sackboy. Now, given, I understand that that's not a lot, but something that we haven't done is, what Iggy pointed out earlier, was really explore how stages can help characters do better, because that's a really large part about the game, you know? This is a platform fighting game similar to Smash, and stages do make a difference, okay? Flat stages, like Sly vs. Sackboy, I fucking love. I don't want to fight Sack versus on platform stages, so if I'm doing a tournament set, I'm going to ban stages like that. You know, these are legitimate counterpicks, and this game has different stages that different characters can probably take advantage of, and I feel that we haven't really explored the metagame, including stages, alright? I know
'Cause all
for a
we use
fact
is
that I've been
PM1.
doing a lot of PM1. It's just like it's easy to make the Fight Club go easier for me. I selfish reasons, sorry. But yeah, what we need is we need stages that people can understand things and that they can use and try and get better on specific stages, multiple stages, and just get better at the game as a whole. Now the thing is, I'll go back to the Meta Knight thing, is that Meta Knight has maybe one accepted even matchup. Like, I'm looking at the matchup chart right now, I'll link it to you guys. It says that Pikachu is 5-5, right? Now,
I don't believe that.
that's really silly. It's Top Pikachu was like really argued a really heavy point for that, and that's how it got to be. I would still disagree with that, but the point is that Meta Knight has an advantage in every single matchup, and in Brawl, he cannot get counterpicked by any stage. No stage does one character do better than Meta Knight, alright? At the very best, with character knowledge and using correct stages to help them, you can bring it very close to 55-45, maybe even at some point 5-5, but never an advantage. Now this creates such a ridiculous level of over-centralization that is the problem, in my opinion, in Smash. So like, when you have over-centralization, it just means that everyone's going to pick up this one character, and everyone's going to always have a character. This invalidates the rest of the cast because this character is so good. That's what we want to avoid here in PSA, okay? So the fact that I definitely think that there's more to be discovered about the Raiden matchup with other stages, with characters in general, regardless of stages, and we need to go from there. Now, we need to come up with a universally accepted rule set. We need to work on this. We need people to get into the habit of actually knowing the rule set. You know, we need people to use the strike system and just do that, you know. And we need more tournaments to further, like, our quote-unquote data on what action should be taken on Raiden, you know? Like, say for example, we get everyone to agree that we have a solid stage list, and Raiden is still taking first at every single tournament, you know? And we see, but at the same time, we're still seeing growth in other characters. You know, that could be a problem, you know? If we see that Raiden is able to just get around all the counter picks, that's a problem. I don't personally see that happening. Just like what Iggy said, that it's like, you take him to San Fran, he can't flippy kick you on the left side because of the platform's height.
Well,
you know?
and then also the right, that's just like a really good stage in my opinion.
Yeah, but like stuff like that, that's really important to the matchup with Raiden and the overall metagame of the game in general. So that's my take on how we should really approach the Raiden legality.
So how many tournaments do you think it would take for us to, before a decision like whether or not Raiden should be banned or not, would it take?
Okay.
Or do you think it's more of a time issue, like after X amount of months or year, or maybe even a couple?
Alright, well, see, here's
this
the
game
thing. Time is definitely sensitive. This community is definitely small. What happened with MK was, there was a Unity rule set that eventually banned Meta Knight, but a large argument, which was completely asinine, was that it's 2011, it's too late, we shouldn't even bother banning him now, which is completely bullshit, alright? Now, the fact that that can possibly happen at all, I don't agree with, but it's something that can fucking happen. And, excuse my cursing, but it's really obnoxious, okay? So, I don't want to give a finite amount of tournaments, like, oh man, if everyone's like betting their bottom dollar, it's like, alright, Raiden just needs to win 10 tournaments and he's gone. You know? We need, it needs to be like a formula, like some sort of like a combination of varying factors, you know? It needs to be like, how big was the tournament, what kind of players attended, you know? Like, if we get a tournament of like 12 people and like none of us, no good players enter, you know? That really doesn't hold much weight, you know? If BC just goes in and stomps a tournament filled with scrubs, you know, that I really can't see that being very helpful. You know.
Right.
So I don't really think there's a finite amount of tournaments we can do. Basically, another point was like another reason like I really want all of our tournaments to be like as streamed as possible is so that we have more recorded content that we can like see our problems in our matchups and what we're doing. You know, perhaps like if we have recorded matchups of where Raiden's winning by a little, Raiden's losing, getting raped, raping the other character, and you know, just like the entire spectrum. So then we can see the differences in the playstyles and see what can work and potentially change the matchups, you know?
Okay, well, two things. Too many things I've picked from Skype, from the chat.
Okay.
One, Potato says that all the, like, BC and Ragna and, like, won't show up for every tourney because, well, you know, just how life. You're right.
Exactly.
But, fraud Raidens might show up, and that might give inaccurate data. Also, from Joey, this is from a little bit earlier. Joey asked if BC and him keep working on a Raiden's weakness thread, is there any place they can post it that will get more attention, or should they just keep it on the forum?
Okay, we definitely, this isn't even Raiden related, this is community related. What we need is, we need a forum and a chat that everyone knows about and everyone goes to. Because right now, this game came out and fucking 50 billion sites came out and everyone wanted to be the center, and by that, no one was. So everything was scattered. It's been horrible. Alright? I think, I mean, I personally have no problem with the official forums by Sony. A lot of people seem to not like it. I can't really see why. A big advantage of the official forum for me, at least, as a later TO, and for other TOs in general, is everyone's user is their PSN, which makes things so much easier, you know? And there's no way you don't know about this site specifically. Now, there's other forum sites like All-Star Arena. Now, I personally have never used this site ever. Granted, I'm kind of technically new to the community in general, so that makes sense. But we definitely need to come up with a place that is like the main place. You know, we have on the official forum, we have Biz's high-level sets forum, which, you know, pulls videos from our Fight Club, and, you know, there's a lot of good discussion that happens there, you know? So I see that as a positive thing. I don't know if we would want to necessarily, like, move that over, but, you know, whatever we can agree on. I don't really know what we need, where we need to go, but we definitely need a centralizing area, you know? Smash has Smash boards. That's where all serious discussion goes. You know, there's never going to be any outside place, Ayla, that will like muck things up, you know, because Smashboards is the end-all be-all of Smash discussion, and everyone knows that, everyone goes there, and it really helps the metagame. You know?
Okay, Smash, read Viz's question, please, in the Skype chat, or not the Skype, the Twitch chat, sorry.
What do you think about character locks on wins for more counter picks?
Character locks on wins.
I mean, well,
I personally don't like that. I just feel that, like, if you go to a stage, like, okay, the way it works when you lose, okay, so you guys have to understand that the way a tournament set is supposed to go, and I'm quoting Smash again, is game 1, there are 5 stages, right? One player strikes one stage, the other player strikes 2, and then the first player strikes one stage once more. That leaves one stage, right? Now, player A wins and player B loses. Now, what's supposed to happen is, after player A wins, player A is supposed to tell player B what stage he or she bans, alright? So, no matter what counter pick player B wants to pick, it cannot be that one ban that player A chooses. Now, player B now has the option to select a stage He tells player A that stage, and then player A is able to change their character according to that stage. And then, after the player A changes his character, player B can change their character, locking the other one in. Alright? If they don't agree on that, they can start over by picking another stage, and then player A picks a character, and then player B counterpicks a different character. Now, that's how it is. I don't think that people actually do this. So I think that character lock might be a hasty thing. Now, I hope I'm not undermining anyone. I really don't. But I don't know how well tournaments have been run in PSA in general. You know,
They all use A-list as rules.
I've heard pretty bad stories, honestly, and that's not good. You know, I think that flow is a really... it's a flow that works in Smash, and I don't know if it'll necessarily work here, and I'm pretty sure it works in
I agree with it. I like it.
Thank you, Iggy.
Actually, I remember when I was...
Because I believe there was one tournament that ran kind of similar to what you're saying, and I've liked that, so...
Yeah. Because
Smash, what were you saying, Smash?
I remember, like, doing this on AIB, like, with the ladder matches.
Okay.
Like, it's similar to yours, except you tell the player what character you're gonna use.
No.
Like, the winner tells the, loser if they're gonna stick with the character or not.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
You misunderstood what I said. I said, like, when they pick a stage, you tell player A what stage you're gonna pick. They can choose to change their character or stay their character. They can do whatever they want. Alright, if they choose to change or stay, that doesn't affect... that's just... Player B can still change their character. If they want to stay their character on that counter pick, that player B can change their character. If player A wants to change their character because of that stage, player B can still pick their character. To counter pick what their character is. And then it's the same thing over again if it goes to game 3. I left that out.
Yeah, I know about that.
CJ, do you have any input on all of this so far? As someone who's naturally busy, so like, would you see as like all these additions as overly hasty, or or as somewhat cumbersome?
I mean, I don't really know. I mean, like Raiden, or which part? Like Raiden, or
the turning, like how turnings are going to be set up.
Yeah, because
I personally agree with all of it. I mean, like what you guys are saying.
Thank you.
Do with it.
Also, I left out one rule. There's a rule called Dave's Stupid Rule. And basically what Dave's Stupid Rule is, if I win on San Fran, right, and I lose game 2, I cannot take you back to San Fran, and the person who I beat doesn't need to ban San Fran. Alright?
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that rule.
Alright, I think Dave's Stupid Rule,
like that rule
is a pretty interesting rule. Not a lot of people like it in Smash, and a lot of people do. So,
I don't.
Go from there. I think Dave's Stupid Rule will probably be good for this kind of game. I definitely think it's a good rule for this game.
Okay. Going by that, Taters asked, what about stage list?
Okay. A stage list. We need some serious discussion for stage list. Okay.
Okay, well, definitely PM1.
Like,
hey, can I bring something up real quick?
Go ahead.
Can I bring something up?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if everyone else is cool with it, that's fine. This podcast was to be focused on whether or not Raiden's up to level 1 kill confirm should be banned or not. So if the chat's fine, everyone else is fine with just us going off with other stuff that's kind of correlated, that's cool. But if they want us to stay focused on that, I just thoughts on that. Because it's kind of getting off track.
Alright, well, I'll say what I said before. I don't know if I actually said it on the podcast. I do not think banning a behavior is where we want to go. So I really do not want to stress this enough. I think this is, if a character has a bannable trait, you ban the character. You do not ban behaviors. When you modify behaviors, it creates a snowball because everyone has some little thing they want to pick and go at. Banning a character is much more consolidating, and it makes things far less confusing for people doing tournament sets, you know?
And it's a lot easier.
It's so much easier, you know? I think this is good. I think you guys agree with that, yes?
Yeah.
Right?
yes.
I know DeBuzz agrees with that, and Even BC, I asked him. He was like, he knows the flippy kick is really broken. He doesn't want to start behavior bans though. So
Right.
depending on where we go, we either ban the character as a whole, or we legalize him as a whole. There is no middle ground.
Right.
We don't need this game to seem more ridiculous. It's like, oh, you can use Raiden, but you can't do this. And then the guy's like, well, okay, I don't want to play anymore.
Actually,
so should well, I mean, before we keep spinning off to other topics, so for stage list, how would that be done? Would that be, well, for one, we probably should make a whole different podcast for another stream for another time.
I'm fine. I think we went over Raiden fine for now. If everyone else is fine with going off another topic, that's fine with me. I would just bring it up because I don't know if some people are just like, no, we want to.
I'm looking in the chat and. Yeah, I'm looking in the chat and all the Raiden suggestions and questions were, well, as the conversation moved on, it also went on with them.
I honestly the reason why I even think we even tangented into this is that it's just so glaring of how can we even talk about a ban when we don't even have a universally accepted rule set? That's kind of ridiculous. How can we prove if something is illegitimate if we don't have a accepted competitive rule set that everyone thinks is good? And also, something that I am really against, and this is something that they did in Smash, things like ledge grab limits, alright? PSA doesn't have ledge grabs, but what they did in Smash is every character has 50 if you go to time with 50 or more ledge grabs, you lose the match. You're automatically forfeit that match, right?
I heard about the ledge
Meta
grab
Knight is 35 ledge grab limits. He has modified rules just for him, which is complete bullshit, alright? We do not want that, okay? We do not want that at all. So we need a rule set that we can all agree that's competitive enough to really show what characters can do and limit broken things on a whole, not specifically. Not Raiden can only do this many jumps. Something ridiculous like that. That's not happening.
Oh yeah, that ledge grabbing was really bad in my opinion.
It's really stupid. There was this really funny set. I'll finish after this. But I think the Buzz was playing M2K, and he was just really gaying out the Buzz. And then when they checked the ledge grab limit, fucking M2K had 36 ledge grabs, and the Buzz was like, haha, you lose!
Oh,
nice.
See, that's amazing. Really ridiculous rule.
And yeah, so...
Okay, I'm sorry, Iggy, for how this went from Raiden discussion and just kind of floated over.
With me. I would like to discuss these other things too. I was just bringing that up since it was kind of getting on another topic. It doesn't matter to me if that's fine with everyone else.
Okay.
Okay.
Now you go to Smash.
Actually, well, can we go to the stage topic?
That's the thing. Do you guys think we should, right now we're at roughly an hour of podcast right now. So,
I don't care what topic it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So here's the thing. We can either okay, so everyone agrees, including what I've seen from the chat, that everyone agrees that what we have as rules definitely needs to be worked on, and we all need to come to a consensus at some point soon. So what I like I said, I listen to podcasts a lot, and usually how things go is when another big topic comes in, they usually save that for another podcast so they can stay so it doesn't become one giant block of words.
Alright, well, if you guys are still up for talking, I can cut the stream and make another file as the second podcast, and we can address that. If you want to do that right now.
I'm down to keep talking, but it's just whatever everyone else wants.
Let me ask the chat. Let's see.
Do you guys want to go into stages and rule sets? Because I'll end it and I'll rename the podcast file, and then we'll start another one. If everyone's up for it.
Let's give it let's wait for 2 minutes from for the chat to catch
let me
up.
make a straw poll. LOL.
Don't make
Potato Man.
I'ma do it anyway.
Alright.
Potato Man's okay with it.
CJ, again, since you're kind of the quiet guy on here, you have any input or like suggestions or anything?
Not quite.
What are you
For
doing right
stages,
now anyway?
No. I'm literally listening.
Okay.
Training with rap.
Okay, so
I mean, we're talking about Raiden. I agree with everybody else.
Raiden was one thing, but overall, as all of our available stages, I mean, like, did you feel like those five, like the 5 and the 2 counter picks were fine?
Yes, definitely.
So would you have any suggestion as to? So basically, you wouldn't add in another level and you wouldn't remove another level. Is that what you're saying?
Not without testing them. I mean,
Okay.
for the most part, those are the stages that have been legal for now. So we don't really have what levels are good for everybody yet. So
Actually, if we're going on to the stages topic, I actually have the stage list up right now, so we can go through them one by one.
Alright.
Wait, well, hold on. Well, like, we still need to split this cast.
I'm just saying, I'll leave it on. I'll leave it on the stage selection.
Okay, I think we should split it within the next minute. But what is our final consensus on Raiden? Do we ban him?
For me, I say just give it more time. Let's try to host more tournaments and just see where it goes.
Yeah,
we need more
I agree.
high-level
More
play
time.
before we decide.
It's definitely too early to do this. It's definitely too early to make such a rash decision.
if
Just
we're going
more
to ban
high-
Raiden, you should probably have people who know how to play their character or do extensive testing with the best Raiden, BC, whoever, before we decide that he should be banned or not.
Actually, I want to say something real quick about Raiden. Like, I was playing BC's Raiden before the tournament, and for some reason, I had no trouble beating him, despite the fact that the matchup's 5-5. I don't know.
Just shush him.
Yeah, I shushed him.
What?
I was talking to my brother. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, okay. And then you're like, we don't want right. We
No.
don't
Sorry. It was
That's so funny.
It was. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you can stop talking.
We don't need to know that Raidens are losing. Be quiet. We're banning.
Well, I
Working
mean,
against the cause.
well, I mean that was originally how Cat was banned first. Remember?
Alright.
I hated how Kat was banned. Like, I know she has all these glitches, but it just seemed way too sudden. But whatever.
Exactly.
That's different though.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I don't. Alright, let's just cut the podcast right now. Let's do a little cheesy like goodbye thing where we all say our name, and then we sign off.
The magic's ruined.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, it's the first one, so it's okay.
They
so,
know who we are.
Yeah. So.
Well, that and just say which
but
character
let's
you are on
do
the
it
doodle.
Anyway, guys, don't.
Say which
wet
character you are on the
blankets.
doodle too.
Man, I'm Devin 3000.
He's the Sly.
Now, come on, you gotta say your names.
I'm Domino SNK. I'm the big derpy.
Yeah.
I'm CJ So Suave. I
Angry
hate
Hayashi.
bears.
Oh my god.
I'm Smash and Crash. I'm the Parappa.
Reaching for the
And I'm
stars.
Iggy XD with that sexy little Toro right there. With those rosy cheeks and those horns and that cute little exclamation mark on top.
Alright, yeah.
Pretty beautiful.
And that's our first Raiden.